Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the brand new Mezco Toyz Chucky talking doll. Spot's looked at a couple of the talking dolls here on this channel. This is now the new released, more traditional looking Chucky doll. As opposed to the other one was like the Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. This is more traditional Chucky. He's recommended for ages 15 and up. He has a warning choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. The box that he comes presented in is very reminiscent of the Good Guys box in the sense that it's yellow, but down below you have Chucky, which I think would lead a little bit more caution to the child that's getting the figure as opposed to it being a simple good guy presentation. You see also there's the open window there where Chucky is very visible, as you can see straight through the window, and as advertised in the top corner, he can also talk. Spin around the side of the box. This is where we get more traditional looking box artwork, as you've got several images from the Good Guys box artwork. He is a cowboy, a soldier, a doctor, and a baseball player. Then on the back, Chucky wants you for a best friend. Let him share your secrets. There is a try me button right there, which actually just activates the button on the back of his, well, on his back, but we won't do that until we get the figure out of the packaging. This also is coming to us from Child's Play 2. So again, a much more traditional looking design of Chucky. It says, "Hi, I'm Chucky, let's play." And some other images on the side of the box there as well. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at the Mezco Toyz brand new Child's Play 2 Chucky doll from, well, Talking Doll. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. For his accessories, Chucky does come with a knife. Not a Good Guy knife, decoed out in the Good Guy designs, but a more traditional cutting knife. The knife sits in his hand, but in order to get it in his hand, he doesn't hold it straight on. You have to actually put it on an angle. And unfortunately, the thumb kind of prevents him from holding, again, the knife straight forward. But he does do a decent enough job of holding the knife. You know, it wouldn't make sense that a doll's small hands would be able to grasp a knife in a more comfortable, natural way. So it makes sense that he holds the knife the way he does. The knife, while I did think initially was sharp, it does have a sharp edge to it, but not sharp that you're going to cut yourself. Not that I would be saying going like this. That could cause at least some scratching or maybe some damage to your skin. But it's not sharp. It's not sharp in the regards that you can go like this and cut yourself. Again, just don't do that. So that's his one accessory. Put that to the side. As for the figure itself, I quite like how this figure turned out. I actually have only one issue head to toe with the figure itself. The figure as a whole is really good, and I like that we get a traditional, more traditional Child's Play 2 Chucky as opposed to the scarred Chucky that we've already had a look at on this channel. Now, if you watch that scarred Child's Play Chucky from, I think it was Bride of Chucky, or it possibly was Seed of Chucky. I think it was Bride of Chucky, though. The face was good, but the hair was dismal. The hair was terrible. This Child's Play Chucky, on the other hand, has a much better hairstyle, more fuller hair, and I think he has a much better face. Let's have a look at his face. Yes, for Chucky's face, I think they actually did a really, really good job. It's not quite a neutral good guy face, but a more sinister looking Chucky, and I love the little wrinkle curls areas around his nose and around his brow. Gives him a much more sinister look than just a traditional good guy doll. The shading also, the paint, they did a really great job of adding a darker color around the cheek area and darker areas around the recessed areas of the eyelids, making his eyes more predominant. And the piercing blue eyes that they've also given him as well. Very, very nice. I like also that his mouth is open. as opposed to having a closed mouth. And the freckles also across his cheek and nose bridge area. Very, very good. No issues whatsoever. And he's got little good guy ears. You can have the hair moved back if you want. There's little good guy ears there as well. Yeah, I have no issues when it comes to his face. That is to say, though, when you get to his hair. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this review that the Bride and Seed of Chucky talking doll that we had a look at before on this channel had very sparse hair. This Chucky has much fuller hair, so points to Mezco for that. The hair is still sparse, don't get me wrong, but at least there's much more hair that's been plugged in, giving Chucky a much more fuller hairstyle. When you do get it out of the packaging, though, he suffers from such horrible bedhead that you might want to find yourself just kind of fluffing the hair out a little bit. That then comes to the one issue I have with the doll, and that is the fact that while the sides and the back are full enough on hair, the one area where I wish that he had more hair is on the top of his head. The top of his head, unfortunately, is very, very sparse, very, very limited in hair. In fact, if I move some of the bunched threads on the front, you can see what little they pegged into place, or they plugged into place there. This can get away for a Seed and Bride of Chucky, but certainly not a more traditional Chucky. I wish that there was much more foliage of hair that was plugged to the top instead of having such sparse treatment to the hairstyle. If you can kind of brush it back, so to speak, to kind of fill it out a bit, but I don't think Chucky to have hair like slicked back. Chucky, to me, you kind of want to have messier hair on Chucky, and it's when you start messing up the hair that you start seeing that the top it's a little bit on the thinning side. Something that I think Mezco really should look to work at fixing if they want to release future Chucky figures. Chucky comes in his traditional Child's Play good guy outfit with his coveralls there on the front, featuring the good guys and some prints taken right from the movie. He's also got his striped sweater, his striped shirt here that buttons up at the back, that also has the closure area for where the speaker and the button is going to be, and I'll show you that in a second. He's also got his good guy shoes, complete with the treads on the undersides there. The shoes come across almost more of a cream color than a white, but they do the job just fine. And he also has a little pocket. Not that you could really store anything in there, certainly not to the level of the knife, but he has a little pocket there as well. The outfit, no issues whatsoever. So we can go ahead and spin the figure around, and his activation button for his voice effects are right at the back, and the easiest way to find it, it's in between where the straps of the overalls meet. So you just want to move it to the side. Now I've got this currently on. Currently got this on. When you get it out of packaging, though, it is set for Try Me, and just remember that, because the Try Me is only going to have 2 phrases. When you switch it to on, well, that's when you're going to get a lot more of the phrases. The speaker is just on the back there as well. And you can see as well that the shirt is closed by snaps, which gives a much more authentic look, like it would be in the movie. The downside, though, to it is it doesn't stay shut very well. I mean, once you get to the button and you switch it to on, you really don't need to get back there again unless you want to switch it off. Velcro could have probably finished it a little bit more, but I guess I'm not too bothered by the fact that there's little snap closures on the back, because at least it looks like something more traditional to the movie. So we can go ahead and press the button on the back to activate his sound effects. He will go through several, and again, we'll just press the button. And, oh. And we'll press it again.
Time to play. I hate kids. You know what they say. You just can't keep a good guy down.
And again.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend of the
And again. The one thing I would say, though, about the sound effect portion of Chucky, though, is that the voice sounds a little hollowy, a little on the echoey side. I don't know if it's by virtue of where the speaker is placed, but rhyming through some of those phrases, little quotes from the movie, especially like near the end, hearing that one phrase, near the end of the phrase, it had a very hollow synthetic sound. I wish they had cleared that up a little bit. But again, the doll as a whole is very impressive. When it comes to his posability, Chucky's head is on a ball joint, so he can move the head quite freely all the way around, like that. He does have hinges on his arms. The arms move outward, forward and back. He has a rotation on the in the elbow portion of his arm, and he has a rotation on his hands. The waist, he has absolutely no waist articulation, but his legs do go forward and back, and he does have a rotation in his feet. So he's not limited at all by his posability. In fact, he actually has a fair bit. This, personally speaking, I think is a step up from the previous Chucky that we had a look at on this channel. The Chucky, I liked the face on the other one, but the hair just was a disaster. This one I think is a much better face. It is presented better. I think the hair could still be worked on, though. This really should have been filled out a little bit more. They should have been a little bit more generous, I think, personally speaking, on the hair itself. As for the rest of the figure, though, I think Mezco has really done a superb job on this piece. I found him at my local comic book store, and I'm sure you guys can find him at your comic book stores as well. Or you can probably order him online as well. I don't know if regular retail stores are going to carry this guy. So if you do find this guy in retail stores, let me know as well. Today's collectible spot, we are looking at the brand new Mezco Toyz. This was the Child's Play 2 Chucky doll. Talking Chucky doll. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.